Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. The WNBA All-Star team gets announced tomorrow, July 2nd. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Now, when the Olympic team roster came out, and then we found out about the format for the All-Star game, the focus was Caitlin Clark, who many people think should be on that Olympic team, will be facing off against the Olympic team. However, there's also the drama of, especially since there have been some games since then to kind of ratchet everything up, the drama of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese being teammates. And then one other thing, which probably isn't quite as big a deal, but I think the more there are, the more, for me, the more interesting it becomes, although I don't know that they would be able to win that game. But you also have the rookies, right? A lot of people are talking about the rookies because they don't want to give all this credit to Clark for the popularity stuff, the attendance boost, and all that. And the rookie thing could have been interesting too. The more rookies, you're gonna have Angel Reese. You would have had Cameron Brink if not for her very unfortunate ACL tear. You may likely have Kate Martin. I'm sorry, fans, but strictly from her playing, Kate Martin should not be on the All Star game. We know she's getting the votes because she's very popular, but Camila Cardoso could very well be on the team. She had a decent number of votes from what we saw when the first round was announced. The problem was she missed a lot of the beginning of the season from injury, but let's not forget Cardoso was part of that South Carolina team with Aaliyah Boston. She was the number 3 pick in the draft. Angel Reese was 7. Cardoso went after Clark and Brink. Very good player. We have Rickea Jackson, who's now going to be on the Olympic 3v3 team. No, I'm sorry. No, she's not. That ended up being Hamby. Sorry about that. But Rickea Jackson in Los Angeles is having a good rookie year. You also have Aaliyah Edwards in Washington. So you could have a number of rookies on this team, which would also make it interesting. And I think there'd be a little more bonding over that. But to get to this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark on the Olympic, the All Star team playing the Olympic team as teammates, we're going to review some things. Okay. First, we had this, the end of the 23 national championship game, where Angel Reese just literally followed Caitlin Clark around with this nonsense. It's one of the most obnoxious things I've ever seen. And the fact that, as I've done in another video, Caitlin Clark never did the "you can't see me" to other players. So that was nonsense. But you still have this as the backdrop to them being teammates. You had this by Kennedy Carter. Do we all remember this? Who, by the way, could also make the All Star team. You had that, the whole UB, and then knocks her to the floor. Unfortunately, what I could not find, I wonder if they scrubbed it, but I do have it in another video of mine, is the angle where they show when this happens, Angel Reese jumps off the bench and starts cheering and clapping because she loved this assault on Caitlin Clark. Then, following that, of course, we had the harassment story outside the Washington, D.C. hotel, which turned out to be fake, in fact. And I spent a few hours looking for this. Look, if anyone can find it, maybe it got deleted. Let me know in the comments below if you can find it, because there was, I think, the original post to this story with what the player said actually got community noted as to not be true. You had players like Angel Reese uh, finding out our team's hotel to pull with a camera as we get off the bus and put it in my teammate's face and harass her is nasty work. This really is out of control, and needs to stop. Okay, we got to work on the grammar, but turns out none of this was true. Isabel Harrison and other, but wow, thank God for security. My teammate being harassed at her hotel is insane. Couldn't even step off the bus. Not true. Getting harassed at our hotel is where the line needs to be drawn. Some fans have no chill. Again, not true. This is the video. I don't know if I'll play. all of it, but this
Miss Carter, have you got the chance to reach out to Caitlin?
Hey man, come on with that.
Relax. Have you got a chance to reach out to Caitlin? Trinity, have you got the chance?
the, the security guy's actually got a smirk on his face, but you could hear that. That was very polite. First of all, they're off the bus. There's no one blocking the bus. He called her Miss Carter. He was very polite, just asked her if you got a chance to reach out to Caitlin. So that whole thing that they then tried to play Vic. By the way, I won't go down through them all, but yeah, but they got I thought the villains wanted that smoke. Now straight to victims role, and that's the whole thing. I'll tell you what, there was not a surveillance photo has been recovered. How do people know that? Where's the video? You know that hotel is surveillance. I can't believe they're calling this harassment. The video I saw was a guy calmly asking questions, and that's the whole take on the comments. And then, of course, we also had this. We don't want to forget about this. This is important.
All started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Wow, so much there. I covered this as well. Clearly, incredibly jealous of Caitlin Clark. Um, None of that had to do with one game. Caitlin Clark was popular before that. But again, just reviewing because of this dynamic that these two are going to have to be teammates in the All Star game, right? Because then again, we also had this, and that was followed by, we'll go a little further because he says it right at the end. You got to listen because it's right at the end of the video.
Going back and looking at the film, I've seen a lot of calls that weren't made. I guess some people got a special whistle, but
Some people got a special whistle. I'm going to try and literally decapitate someone, but some people got a special whistle. And then Caitlin Clark's response. Caitlin Clark, after Angel Reese taunted her in the 2023 national championship game, I don't think Angel should be criticized. Caitlin Clark, after Kennedy Carter hip checked her. Basketball is competitive. I get it. Caitlin Clark, after Angel Reese's flagrant foul. It's just part of basketball. It is what it is. And then this is response to what this lady said. Caitlin Clark, after she gives an honest answer about not getting advice from opposing veterans who have been vocally against her for months, someone tweets, "White girl weaponizing being a damsel in distress. She has never ever acted like a damsel in distress." The, the the simple fact of Caitlin Clark being a good, popular basketball player is breaking people's brains. But anyway, it's going to be very, very interesting tomorrow to see what this All Star game, All Star team is going to consist of. How many rookies? We know it's going to be Angel and Caitlin. And so, what I'm really, really interested in is now I know it won't come from Caitlin, but I wonder if Angel Reese is going to have problems with Caitlin, maybe icing her out, not passing to her, you know, not catching passes that Caitlin Clark throws to her, or or because I will say this, I, for people who always get crazy in the comments, I've always praised Angel Reese for her rebounding, that aggressiveness. It takes a mindset to go get all those rebounds, and she's a competitor. So, and she's probably thinking at this point too, hey, I could have been on this Olympic team too. So, is that going to take over? Is it going to be her competitiveness? Is she going to get with this All Star team that includes Caitlin Clark and realize, hey, you know what? I'm going to play with this girl because that's going to help me show what I can do because this is going to be a mega audience for this game. So the best thing Angel Reese, and I hope if she's not realizing it, I hope someone in her inner circle is. realizing that this is a huge opportunity for Angel Reese to be the competitor that everyone knows she is, to realize if she plays her heart out and plays with Caitlin Clark, this is the biggest stage she's going to have for this at this level. And it could be huge for her career. It could be huge for endorsements. And it could be huge just to make a statement to the WNBA and to this Olympic team that we're here too. We're coming. You made a mistake. It's a changing of the guard. And do her best to let people know there is a rookie class that is changing things. Now, I don't think that that's the case in terms of the popularity, but in terms maybe of the quality of play, the style of play that might be a little more exciting, because again, we've got players like Juju coming up, and that's what happens is the young kids playing, they see someone who changes things like a Caitlin Clark or a Steph Curry, and then that's how they're all playing coming up in that generation. And then you get a whole new generation of players that are playing in a different, more exciting way in the sport. So that could be huge. So I got to tell you, with all the stuff I just went through, I mean, got to say, I'm not the biggest Angel Reese fan, but it would be great for the game. So I hope that I see that she says, hey, you know what? This is an opportunity. I'm a competitor. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to play with Caitlin. We're going to go out and we're going to make a statement against this Olympic team because I think that would be huge for her. I think that would be huge for the WNBA. I think that would be huge for women's basketball in general if those two play together and go out and have a monster game against the Olympic team. I think it would be fun to watch. I'm going to be really interested to see what the audience is going to be for this as well. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below, especially after. And look, timeout for all the crazies before you start your commenting. I wasn't bashing Angel Reese. I was just reviewing to remember what's leading up to this so that you understand what the backstory is of these two playing together. Angel Reese has never liked Caitlin Clark. So it's going to be very interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think they're going to be able to play together? Do you think Angel Reese is going to drop some Caitlin Clark passes? Do you think she's going to be like, hey, this is a great chance for me. I'm going to play with Caitlin. We're going to make a statement. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate everybody checking out this video. If you're enjoying them, hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We're over 3,400 of you now. It's so awesome. I do read all the comments. I'm sorry that I cannot respond to a lot of them because there's just so many more than I ever expected, but I do read them and I really do appreciate it. And I will talk to you later.